Hello, New Life. Welcome. And I'm here to introduce Shelley to you. And Shelley is becoming a new member, Life of our church, and we are glad she's here. And so, Shelley, hello and welcome. Glad you're here.
Hi. I am so glad to be here too.
Yeah. Shelley, tell us a little bit, how long have you been attending New Life?
Well, I've been with New Life for almost a year. It'll be a year in April. I moved here from Texas in March, right at the beginning of the pandemic. So I was searching for churches online and I stumbled across New Life after a couple weeks, and I was so glad I did because I even before I heard a sermon, I plugged in with a couple with Stacy and with yourself, and I was so, and then just watching the sermons online and stuff, and jumping into Bible studies right away and stuff, and meeting other women and stuff like that. And then when July came around and we actually got to meet everybody in person, I walked into the church and I was like, I'm home. I'm home. So, I never had any feeling like, oh, this might not be the church for me or something like that. It was just, I just knew that's where God wanted me to be. So
Yeah. It's fun. I remember when you first reached out and you and I had our first conversation, probably, about April last year. And just your excitement for God, excitement for God's word and his people, and looking for a church where you could connect and get engaged in. So, and it's been fun. You have jumped in during this process of this last year. And so one of the things you jumped into was next steps. That's kind of the process to walk through to get to connect in our church and to become a member. And tell us, what did you learn? What did you discover? What did you enjoy about walking through next steps with us?
Well, I really enjoyed the learning about the church, learning about how it became, what it went through and how it became New Life in its current location, and and the beliefs of the church. Everything that was spoken is exactly what I was looking for in a church. So it I was just like, sign me up. That's what, even though I did it about 6 months before or after I started attending, it still was relevant. It still gave me some idea, or some information that I didn't have before and stuff. Plus a couple cool little things. Can you hear me still?
Yeah, you're good. Keep on going.
Okay, I lost a headphone.
You're fine. This is just the reality of our life.
I know. So
you also talked about just how much you enjoyed connecting with people and getting to know people.
Yeah,
through that process.
when I moved to Tucson, I knew my parents and my sister and my niece. And my brother-in-law. So I knew 5 people when I moved here to Tucson. And then in the middle of, right at the start of a pandemic and stuff, is like, I have got to meet some people. And so I just started plugging in, and I knew, but at Next Step, so it was really cool because I was in the first batch of people that went through it, and which was kind of fun because nobody knew what they were doing, kind of thing and stuff. So it was kind of fun. But I met a lot of people though, and then I would see them at church and stuff, and it was like, hey, you were on that, that New Steps. And so it was kind of cool. It was cool to meet somebody online like that in a Zoom, but then like the next Sunday go, hey, I know who you are now, and stuff. So it was really cool. And yeah, I'm all about connecting. So that's my word this year, is connecting. So
there you go. Sounds good.
Yeah.
So we're glad you jumped in, and you have jumped in lots of ways, but share with us what's one thing God's teaching you right now in your life.
He's teaching me patience. He's teaching me to step back and trust him in the path that he has for me. I want to do things now, and I'm learning and I work myself up into an anxious fit but I'm just like, I just take a deep breath, step back, and let God. And one of my favorite things right now is to pause and pray. everything, is, instead of just jumping in, yes, 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 I'll do this, I'll do that, I pause and I pray, and like, is this where I need to be? Is this where you want me? So I'm learning that. So yeah, so patience is a patience is a virtue. So
That's right.
yeah, I am learning that one.
It's a difficult thing, but especially for somebody who loves to jump in like you. And like you said, we'll get that in a second. You have jumped in lots of places, but to slow down and just to enjoy God and to enjoy his incredible love, his incredible grace, and his incredible patience for us.
Yes.
It's just really significant that when you want to jump in and get going, sometimes is a great reminder of who God is. That God is slow to anger. His mercies are new every day. He's not in a rush to get somewhere. And so I encourage you to keep walking that road.
Well, I need to be happy in the moment that I'm in. I need to savor the moment that I'm in, instead of going, okay, this is happening now, but what's going to happen next, kind of thing. I just need to slow down. Like you said, I need to slow down and just, trust in him, and he's got my path mapped out for me. So
keep walking that road, keep leaning in, keep trusting God, keep leaning in these moments.
I'm leaning all the time.
All the time. But it's true.
But
you like to jump in, and you jumped into groups, you've jumped into serving, you've been part of the welcome team or first impression team, you part of blessing, the blessing tree with last Christmas. Like, you jumped in and helped lots of ways. But beyond even all that, like, when you are part of New Life and you look at our future, what just excites you about being part of New Life going forward?
Well, the people at New Life are just incredible. So life-giving and so just caring, and it's not just always blessings for me. I see blessings to other people and stuff, and then just be able to freely go up to any of the pastors and talk to the pastors, and Pastor Greg and Pastor John, they just compliment each other, and their sermons are they're on fire, and I take as many notes as, like I said, I take as many notes as I can, and they it excites me. It excites me for the future, because it's like, oh, what's going to come next, kind of thing. So yeah,
that's great. We're excited too. We're excited to see what God has in store in lots of ways for New Life. If somebody's watching this and they maybe where you were a year ago or even 6 months ago, kind of feeling a little disconnected, a little bit on the outside, not sure what to do, what words of encouragement would you recommend somebody who feels a little disconnected at New Life right now?
Well, the biggest thing that I would have to say, and it's sometimes you have to step out of your comfort zone. In church on Sundays, if you see someone sitting by themselves, go over and say, hey, how are you doing? My name's so and so, and I think that helps. I think that helps you connect to people and people connect to you. And then I think that eases them a little bit. As far as, okay, I know somebody, somebody was kind to me, or somebody, recognized me. And I think that's huge. I think that's, because I remember when I first went back to church 4 years ago in Texas, and had I just went in and went back out and nobody recognized me or said anything to me, I probably wouldn't have gone back. But there was somebody that took the time to talk to me and pray with me, and it changed my world. So I think, just recognizing people, that some people are, more friendly and some are more reserved, and that's okay, because everybody's, got their own way about them. But if somebody's feeling disconnected, just step into, like greeting. I love greeting, and that you just have to say good morning and how are you, and enjoy the service, and just kind of make it your own. And then week after week, you start learning people's faces and their names and stuff like that, and then you can kind of start having a conversation with them in a 10-second loop, but you can talk to them real quick. But and it's so nice to be in the church where you can go in and leave your stuff at the door and just go in and with a clear mind and a clear heart.
Yeah.
And just let the Spirit move through you.
Yeah. The two things I hear you say, I encourage you, I've seen you do this. One, like you said, lean in, be willing to take a step outside your comfort zone. It's always nice when when everything happens perfectly for us. And we try as a church to do everything the right way and care for every person. And we fall short, like we do, and we do our best. But to lean in and take a step outside your comfort zone. For you, it was joining a Bible study online, and that was a big step. Or joining Next Steps online, we did that. Those were significant things for you, where you jumped in. But I think the other part, I think you said that was really helpful. Just willing to come in and here's my stuff, and be honest and be vulnerable, and to let people in as well too. And it's been fun. It's just a much more life-giving way to live life when you allow other people in. And
I had someone this morning at the gym, obviously you have mask on, and when he came in, it was an older gentleman, and I smiled at him, and I was like, oh, he can't see me smiling. And then he came up to me a couple minutes later and he says, I appreciate you smiling at me. And I said, but you couldn't see me. He said, I could see it in your eyes. He says, you've got love in you. And I said, it's God. I said, I've got Christ in my heart. And so then him and I had a little conversation and stuff, but it's like Pastor Greg said yesterday, if you have to tell someone you're a Christian, then you're not doing something right. So people should be able to see that in us. So
well, Shelley, we just say welcome to New Life. We are glad you are here.
I am so glad that I am a member of New Life. Yes.
And we are excited to see what God wants to do in you first, and God continues to do His good work of salvation and work helping you become more like Him, but also how God's going to use you to make a difference in other people's lives. And so He's already using you in those ways as well. But we are just excited you're here, and welcome to New Life. Welcome to be a member of New Life. So thank you.
Thank you.